Welcome to The Nature of Work, a podcast brought to you by Mindbox Studios and Icon Coaching. This is Kirk.
This is Josh.
We're going to bring you a limited series podcast about work.
We're a couple of consultants who have been working in the new economy for a decade or more, and during that time, it has become abundantly clear that the nature of work has changed. What do we mean by that? Stay tuned and we will explain, but for now, let's just say that the internet has reordered how value itself is created and delivered in an increasing number of fields. But now with our first major global pandemic, it seems clear that how we work is catching up finally with the internet revolution.
During this series, we're going to take a look at some of the challenges, opportunities, and quite frankly, struggles with working in the new economy. Josh and I have found it to be an amazing landscape to explore and now feel very at home with working in this way. The first subject we're going to tackle is something many of you might be doing right now, maybe for the first time, working remotely.
Over the last decade, early adopters like Kirk and I have engaged in remote work. But now that the coronavirus has sent people home by executive order, we have the millions of late adopters now following suit.
So Josh, you mentioned that we are a couple of consultants and that we've been doing this for a while. What kind of work do you do?
Throughout my career, I've helped hundreds of companies build and launch digital products. But the most exciting part of that work is exploring the nature of innovation itself. So I built a company to help startups and enterprises launch new products, as well as successfully navigate the incessant, sometimes treacherous, but absolutely essential cycle of innovating on their business model. Right back at you, Kirk.
Most people experience me as an executive coach. I get to work with early stage entrepreneurs, people building startups, and executives that have been in their business for quite a while, but find themselves in transition. Many of them transitioning into the new economy. It's been really rewarding work, and it's built on this idea that in the way we work now, what we're really doing is delivering ourselves to the marketplace. And it turns out that's a really exciting thing to do, but full of pitfalls and difficulties. So I get to walk alongside people as they're learning how to do that.
Some of the topics we want to cover on this podcast are what kind of work can be done remotely and what can't, and how that process works. How do you go about communicating? How do you facilitate meetings? Practical things like the technology, the etiquette, and so forth, but also the more complicated things like how do you lead a team that's distributed throughout the region or the country or even the world?
We're going to bring on some other early adopters and interview them to get their stories and the lessons they've learned over their careers. We are all in this moment together, and everybody's helping wherever they can. This is just one way Josh and I thought we could help, and that's what we're here for. So we'll see you pretty soon on episode 1 of The Nature of Work.